Hey guys, we're back with the Genshin Impact Archon quest, Act 2. I had to finish up the last time pretty quickly. It was storming out, you know, thunder, lightning, and I had been recording for like 2 hours. So if my power was knocked out even for a split second, that recording would have become completely worthless. And then I wouldn't have been able to record because it's like, okay, well, you can't just rewind the Archon quest. So I was like, you know what, let me finish up. So I'm sitting there, I'm just sitting there at the very end. I was pretty much done, but it's like, people want to keep talking. I'm like, please, storming out, please shut up now. But we got Kachina's ancient name, so now we'll be able to save her.
We're back! We found Kachina's ancient name, too!
Well, it's fairly complicated. Let me give you the condensed version.
The Fatui again? We can't go anywhere without them causing trouble.
Well, I mean, they're not really the bad guys, so, you know, I mean, each Harbinger is out for their own reason, but they're all working for a common goal. And, you know, Arlecchino has kind of said what the goal is. I mean, not specifically, but she kind of shows that it's not really bad for the people of the world. So, of course, we know this. The Traveler, Paimon, everyone, they still think Fatui are still like the bad guys, even though Arlecchino is pretty upfront with them. But hey, whatever.
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try to take advantage of the situation?
That's why it has to be our little secret. No one else can know, or we're asking for trouble. Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of consolation, but I won't lie to you. With multiple factions closing in, there's nothing comforting about the situation we're facing. Still, all you need to do is focus on your goal. You can leave the complicated matters to me.
So she had to give up her power, at least for the time being, in order to keep the sacred flame going. And there was really, because she's like, okay, we gotta end the pilgrimage. So, you know, the pilgrimage, which helps sustain that flame, without the pilgrimage, it's gonna essentially die down, and then we're gonna be at the Abyss's mercy. So she used her powers in Archon, kind of gave up, or just temporarily gave up her power in order to keep the sacred flame lit for, I'm guessing it'll be conveniently just until we get back from the Night Kingdom.
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf. There's a limit to what I can accomplish, but I'll help you however I can.
There's no need to be so modest, Yan-san. Your incredible strength has long been a well-known fact. You're the pride of your tribe.
Very good, Yan-san.
Archon, I'm sorry about before. You have so much on your plate, so much that you have to worry about. But all I could do was focus on my own feelings.
Feelings.
You have nothing to be sorry about. We all get overwhelmed by our emotions, myself included. Your reaction to Kachina's disappearance, I understand that feeling very well. Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her down. Follow me.
Oh, is Mommy gonna be joining us? I hope so. Eternal flame. Like, what is this place? And she's like, this is where I live. But you're the Archon. I like to live humbly.
What is this place? Hey, isn't that Atea's talisman?
Good eye. This is where I store all the various mementos I've collected.
Mementos, the fresh maker.
Whoa, I've never seen this place before. There's so many things in here.
Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat?
It looks like there are items from every tribe. collecting them must have taken a lot of effort.
I suppose you could think of it as a hobby of sorts. In Natlan, everyone grows up listening to the stories of heroes. And physical items do a far better job of preserving those stories than our own memory. Now, I still have some preparations to make for the ceremony, so feel free to take a look around in the meantime.
Oh boy.
If you're curious about an item, I'm more than willing to tell you about its origins.
Alright, we'll have a look.
Yeah. Not like it's really giving us a choice. Observe talisman.
This is Atea's talisman.
I'm sure you're familiar with this one already. Atea was rarely ever without it. The talisman brought her a lot of luck in battle.
Again, she talks like talks about Atea like she knows her personally.
There are so many jars and potions around here. Do they have anything to do with alchemy?
No, those belong to the Masters of the Nightwind. They're ceremonial tools used to amplify the ability to communicate with the Night Kingdom and the Wyab. Yamaya is an expert in this field, and she taught me a lot. Even though she appears stoic and serious, she actually has a keen sense of humor.
Ooh.
The tools you see here are quite traditional. Her students found them outdated, so she passed them on to me. The contents of the jars aren't all that special. Oh, except the big jar in the middle. That's what she really wanted to give me.
Ooh, must be something really cool. What's inside?
Human remains.
Grape juice.
Oh. Well, that's a lot less dramatic, but
It's quite tasty,
Some-
although
never mind.
probably expired by now.
Hey. It's grape, so possibly wine at this point. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this... Yes, but it's Tevat, so we're dealing with gods. The weapon?
Whoa, this weapon is huge! Which tribe did it belong to?
Ah, that weapon belonged to Tenoch, a hero from 500 years ago. Strictly speaking, he didn't belong to any single tribe.
Ah, he's a rebel. Outcast. A loner. I'm a loner, Dottie.
That's because even before the disaster with the Abyss broke out, he had already been exiled.
Exiled?
It was a punishment imposed out of necessity, but he accepted it all the same. He believed it was what he deserved. When the Abyss attacked, the tribes found themselves in urgent need of a powerful figure to lead them into the battle, and there was no one more courageous or resolute than him. He united the 6 tribes and accomplished great feats throughout the war.
He called him the Avatar.
Ultimately, he perished, and because he had already lost his ancient name, the Ode of Resurrection was unable to bring him back.
I was gonna say maybe we can find him in the Night Kingdom, but it's been 500 years. If what's his name's friend is gone after only 5, yeah, this dude is long gone. But maybe we can see an echo or a memory.
And so, he was laid to rest, alongside the countless warriors and civilians who lost their lives, buried in the soil of his native land.
Wow. He sounds like a true hero.
Not as good as me.
Indeed, even now his story is told throughout the land.
I see a picture. Huh. I know we can get Charlotte because she has the camera and you can get real close with her. Oh. Oh, come on. Stop with the... Interesting. So it looks like it's her. Actually, let me... let's see. Where is Charlotte? Where are you, Charlotte? I don't think I leveled her up, really. So she's gotta be at the bottom. Oh, there she is. There's Charlotte. Oh, okay. Well, that's not... That's not gonna work, because apparently it's only just me right now. I want to see it better, because that looks like it's like her family or something. I mean, is the littlest one her? Is the one holding her the person her? Is the person on the far right her? Or maybe it's the person on the left, the one with the beard? Who knows? Maybe she was a man before. I don't know. It's 2024. You can be whatever you want. Okay.
The powder still needs some time to settle, so let's wait a little longer. Well, what do you think of my collection? Do you feel like you have a better understanding of Natlan's culture now?
Not really, but...
Yeah, if each item represents a different story, seems like Natlan's really been through a lot. Does every item hold a special memory, just like Atea's talisman?
That's right. The items in my collection actually serve a similar purpose to the ancient names passed down among the tribes. They demonstrate the true shape of time.
The shape of time?
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. We cannot change the past or predict the future.
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, but in actuality, it's more like a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
But there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be closer to the truth. Namely, that the past, present, and future all exist at once.
But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.
At once? Paimon's not sure she understands.
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your experience in each nation, which one would you say was the most important?
The one when we got to meet you, of course, Mommy.
Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you experienced along the way don't cease to exist. They become part of who you are. Take out a portion of that journey, and you would likely make very different decisions, and eventually arrive at a very different destination. The future is the same way. It exists even though it has yet to come to pass. We just lack the means to perceive it. Of course, there are those with the power to foresee the future. They simply call it by a different name. Fate.
Like Mona. Oh,
That does kinda make sense. The future hasn't happened, but already exists.
Humanity excels at living in the present, but too often we forget the past and neglect the future.
we must be unburdened.
While the pilgrimage and the Night Warden Wars
No.
lead us to a better future. Only by uniting the people of Natlan across countless eras can we fight back against an enemy as formidable as the Abyss. To come up with such a set of rules, the first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level of insight I can only imagine.
So the first Pyro Archon created the rules.
That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man with no special power. After he ascended to the divine throne, he used it to borrow power from the heavens and establish the rules of Natlan, namely a framework through which ordinary people can ascend to Archonhood. By holding the pilgrimage, we're able to determine the strongest among us, and when that person ascends to the divine throne, their inner flame will awaken. In addition, the sacred flame will grant them significant knowledge and memory of this land. After all, that's how I came to know everything I just told you.
So, it all comes down to the power of the Divine Throne and the rules. Wait, is that a family portrait?
Oh, I spent all my time wasting trying to see it when Paimon's just like, oh, hey.
Yes, that's my mother, father, younger sister, and the little Saurians we raised.
Fuck you, game.
I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute! It looks like the two of you are really close.
And your mom. Can't forget about your mom.
Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person, but seeing this portrait, it kind of makes sense now.
What do you... Every Archon we've met has been a normal person. Like, fucking Zhongli. Zhongli is an Archon, the dude who created Mora, and yet he never seems to have any. He walks around amongst the people, just enjoying time with people, enjoying hearing conversations and stories. And, you know, Venti likes to freaking get drunk. I mean, all the Archons are, and I think that's the purpose, to show that even though they are deities, that they're just normal people. Except for A, who was, you know, in her, you know, plane of euthymia the whole time. But when she came out and finally it was, you know, not just a Raiden Shogun, but A, she's really chill. She's really cool. You know, Farina happened to be a normal person because she was just a normal person. She was human. So all the Archons are just normal people. They may not have families, but a lot of them, like Zhongli, A, they have people in their lives, their sisters, or, you know, they've died. The Archon War, they died. So, you know, to say that it's like, oh, an ordinary person, they've all been portrayed as ordinary people. And that's one reason why they give up their gnosis, because they don't need them. They don't want them. You know, Zhongli's like, I'm just ready to retire. I've been around a long time. I'm ready to just retire. Okay, so I established Liyue, and I got it all set up. You guys, I'm gonna go to Florida, retire, and
It really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before. Oh, wait, is Paimon allowed to say that?
A little late for that question, don't you think?
Sorry! Paimon's so sorry! Paimon's mouth works faster than her brain sometimes!
wait, Paimon has a brain?
It's all right. I'd never get upset over something like that. No matter what others may say,
No
my
matter
past is
what.
a precious part of my identity. I'm forever proud of the life I used to lead.
Exactly how long ago was this life you used to lead?
Becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. The position just comes with a lot of responsibilities, so it impacts how often you get to see them.
Like being Hokage.
My father made the most delicious stew, so my sister would often bring me a large pot of his cooking, and we would sit on a blanket and eat it together. One time, we didn't close the door securely, and the Saurians we were raising ran into the room and knocked over the entire pot. My sister immediately burst into tears. The two troublemakers were going for the meat, but when they saw my sister's distress, they froze on the spot. I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children, even after making such a mess. It was frustrating, but in the end, all I could do was comfort my sister and move on.
Wow.
How Milani and just what's her name are just like standing there the whole time, not coming over to say, hey guys, what are you talking about? They're just like, this is a nice barrel. Oh, this wall over here, it's got a nice color. It's got a nice texture to it. Oh, very, very pleasuring to the tips. Hey, what do you got over there? Oh, this lamp. It's a nice lamp. The fire, it glows brightly. It's very appealing.
Isn't that what being a family is all about? I think about that story a lot, actually.
Because it's the only one the programmers gave me.
As the Archon, I made a vow to defend this nation, and experiences like that, they remind me exactly what I'm trying to protect.
Well, what happened after that? This portrait looks pretty old. Your sister must be all grown up by now,
They all
right?
died.
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. She built many houses and crafted many beautiful works of art.
But that all changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Anyway, that's enough about me. Now that the powder is settled, we can begin. Ian-san, Mulani, Chaska, over here,
Yeah,
please.
Chaska.
Place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin.
Ooh. Oh, I was intentionally thinking I was walking slow for the dramatic effect of it, but no, it actually is making you walk slow. I thought I was being cool.
Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, so too shall our stories remain eternal.
Nothingness is eternal.
Ancient name, take us to your fated bearer. Allow her to answer our call.
Kachina!
Am I hallucinating again?
Kachina, are you okay?
Now, don't ask her too many questions at once. She's just an ethereal spirit right now. You can overload her.
Huh? I'm not seeing things, am I? Is the Abyss playing tricks on me again?
It's okay, Kachina. It's just us. We're trying to find a way to bring you back.
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. The Wyab is being affected by the Abyss. I was waiting for the Wyab to send me back, but then this really strong monster came in and it almost killed me.
And you die in death here?
The Wyab saved me, even though its power is weakening. So I've been hiding from the monsters while trying to find a way to help. The Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though. I keep hearing these awful sounds and seeing really horrible things.
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The Abyss is trying to strip you of your sanity. All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us. We'll be there shortly.
It's okay. I feel so much better now that I've had the chance to talk to you guys. You don't need to worry about me.
Goodbye forever, my friends.
I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. Just knowing you care is more than enough. I'll find a way back. You don't have to put yourselves in danger to come rescue me.
You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the time to act tough. We're coming for you, and that's final.
We will look for you. We will find you. And we'll bring you back home.
I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you, but I'll tell you something right now. Nobody here sees you as a burden.
I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you, but it's fake news. Fake news from the Abyss.
You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of Natlan. All you need to do is wait for us to rescue you, and you'll get all the applause and recognition you deserve.
We'll party and celebrate and sing songs of your heroism for like 5 whole minutes.
I'm really scared. Everything's so dark and creepy here. And I want to go home. Still, I don't want you to put yourselves in danger because of me. I don't want to hold anyone back ever again.
She's like, I don't want to hold anyone back ever again, so I think I'll just stay dead.
All you need to do is place your trust in us, just like you always have. No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind. Not ever.
Yeah, we're so close. We can't call it quits now. Thank you.
Oh no!
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the most dangerous part. You have to traverse the Night Kingdom in your physical form. This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an abyssal invasion. Even a brief amount of time inside could expose you to corrosion.
I'm not worried about that.
I know. I'm prepared for that possibility.
Illidan, what do you have to say? You all prepared.
All right, then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. She's very experienced in dealing with abyssal corruption.
Wouldn't it be good to have, oh, I don't know, the Pyro Archon with us?
That face you just made. Don't tell me you two got into another argument.
No, I just feel bad for creating more work for her.
Yeah, they got into an argument, but the storm was raging outside, and I couldn't afford to listen to all of it because, again, one small little power outage and all 2 hours of the recording would have been completely worthless. So I just had to sit here doing
I'll
this.
go with them too, Archon. The more people, the stronger the party. Thank you so much for your help, everyone. It really means a lot that you're willing to brave these dangers with me. There's no time to lose, so let's get going.
Morphin' time!
Now that I've lost my power, I won't be able to provide much practical support. But I can still keep an eye on the situation from here. Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a situation you can't handle...
That won't happen.
Okay, they're hyping them up to be like this super powerful, like, almost Archon type figure.
I hope not.
Well, I mean, it would make sense because when we were introduced to Natlan as a concept, they were pretty much the face of it. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense. And we get much higher, so high. Oh, it is just windy out. Oh, it is just windy out. It'll be like a dungeon or a whatever. What's that right there? Oh, never mind. I don't actually care. Yep. What is it called? Remnant of the Secret Source. I should be fine. Unless there's certain puzzles that demand I need Hydro or whatever the other one that I need. Wow.
So we're underneath Natlan right now? It looks nothing like Paimon was imagining.
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization ruled by dragons. Humans only established their own society after the fall of the dragons.
So these are Saurian ruins?
I don't think she's talking about Saurians. I think she meant actual dragons.
Wait! You mean like the elemental sovereigns?
No.
They had their own advanced civilization?
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived until now, so no one really knows what the devices here are for.
So, Nation of Dragons. So, Paimon was kind of right then. When Neuvillette said that, you know, Natlan can be said to be a nation of dragons. And she's like, dragons like you? And he's like, no. So she was right then.
These ruins have been abandoned for a long time, but with the recent increase in Abyss activity, the installations around here have somehow been activated again. So what you're saying is, we're not in for an easy trip to the Night Kingdom.
No. It's going to be obstacle after obstacle from here on out.
I'll just Hakai everything. Just what I want. No, that's not what I want.
Why are you all laughing like that? It's creeping Paimon out.
It's the pre-adventure excitement kicking in, right guys?
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Then let's go. We won't let anything stand in our way.
This is one house party we can't afford to be late to. Or some, I don't know. Something, I just wanted to sound cool and be a part of something. Yep, we get
The road ends here. How
Gee,
should
I
we get
wonder.
across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying.
I'm guessing they're gonna make us
Actually work
use
as a
each one
sports
of their
coach. I
individual
provide
skills.
professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I don't just mean physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Ah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no... Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Give no mercy to your attack. Let hatred and rage guide your blows.
All hail!
As one with wind and cloud, this is order. Gather into the wind.
I don't know what you're talking about saying I need freaking water or something. You know, hydro. Or whatever the other one was. Oh yeah, these ones are fun. They're so simple, but it's fun.
Whoa.
Bum bum bum
Place we need
bum
to go
bum
seems really
bum bum
high
bum 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 bum. Never mind. It's too short.
There is no escape. Born of ice and frost.
Stabilize. Order guide you.
Access denied. Now you shall perish.
Okay, not so tough with that without that stupid barrier of yours, huh? All right. That okay. I was like, is that all? Uh-huh. Oh, wait, nope. Yep, I had a feeling that we'd be using each one of their individual special powers. Or not powers, but abilities.
Gather. One with nature. I will have order.
Illusion shattered. Inazuma shines eternal.
Oh. Well, look at what we have here.
This is order. Stabilize.
Born of ice and frost.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Torn to oblivion.
When in doubt, Bulbasaur. How did you survive all of that? He's like, because you weren't even close to me, that's how.
Solidify.
I had to toy with
No
you.
escape.
I like toying with them, especially when they're near water. Like, I don't outright kill them, I just throw them into the water. Exquisite. Okay, that's... Oh, this is boring now.
This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up, and we'll be there. Nothing to it.
Easy for you to say.
Nothing to it but to do it.
must be the entrance the Pyro Archon told us about. The one ripped open by the Abyss.
Yes. There's something in the depths of this place that feels familiar, yet also foreign.
The void. The depth of the abyss.
We actually have to go in there?
No, Paimon. We have to just stand there and look at it and pray hard enough.
Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Don't push her through before she's ready.
Paimon. You give me anxiety sometimes.
Hey, you don't have to drag Paimon.
Oh,
You're
shut
going
up.
Too hard.
Shut up.
Looks like we made it. This is the Night Kingdom.
It looks so different from what I imagined in the stories.
There's abyssal energy
That
everywhere.
overflow of energy is probably what trapped Kachina here in the first place.
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world no longer applies. Anything can happen here.
Up is down, left is right, cats or dogs, men or women.
Paimon's
Anything.
more worried about how we're gonna make it out. We obviously can't go back the way we came.
Vegetables taste good.
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fissure in the sky.
The fissure in the sky, that's where I want to go when I die.
Oh, yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there? Oh, it's so high up. Did we really fall that far down?
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. We fell all this way, yet came out completely unscathed.
Because it's treating us as if we were dead.
If this was the real world, we'd have to climb our way back up to the entrance. But here, all we have to do is stand underneath the light and offer a prayer.
Thoughts and prayers.
That's it?
Don't try it now. Don't try to run away.
You really think that little of Paimon?
Yeah, I do.
That's why Paimon asked.
So that means all we need to do is find Kachina and bring her to this location.
Exactly. This light is streaming in from the real world. It's a link between the two realms.
It's a link between worlds. Great game.
The terrain looks difficult to navigate, and the visibility's not great either. How are we supposed to find Kachina in these conditions?
Oh, you know, just look for someone who's about your size, complaining about how dark it is and how scared she is. She shouldn't be easy, you know, shouldn't be hard to spot.
Yeah, these floating black things don't look super friendly either.
What's that supposed to mean, Paimon? Why do they have to be floating black things?
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Like zoinks! Hello, friends. It's not so often we get real, alive people here.
Calm down. I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right?
Oh, is this, Malik?
Yes, I'm Vichama's friend.
Malco.
I was completely lost to this realm until I sensed a mysterious power calling out to me.
Okay, so he wasn't lost forever.
It's like it was seeking me out, attempting to reassemble the pieces of who I used to be. Of course, it could only do so much. I'm sorry I can only appear before you in this imperfect form.
No, we should be the ones apologizing. If the Spirit Speaker Stone hadn't become corrupted by the Abyss, we could have done much more. But we had to destroy it. Otherwise, Vichama and his tribe would have been in danger.
Of course. Thank you for protecting him. I never imagined that, even after all these years, he'd still take such a risk for me. Under the power of the stone, it felt like our souls were connected. Turns out even our regrets were exactly the same.
Whether in triumph or death, you want your best friend by your side.
Exactly. That may not be in the cards for us, but it's not too late for you. You're looking for a young girl from the Children of Echoes, right? She's being chased by an embodiment of abyssal power. I'd like to help her while I'm still in this form, so follow me. Be careful. This place has been severely corroded by the Abyss.
A spirit
I
guide.
didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
It's almost, this is like the representation of the river Styx.
Quick, get back here. to me.
Oh my god,
My
just
power will be able
please
to
get
ward off
down.
attacks for the time being.
Yeah, it's like the river Styx.
We won't be able to keep this up. Let's try another route.
But
This
he's
way.
pretty strong. I mean, I don't know if the other spirits who are like him can do this, but the fact that he's able to create a barrier to protect us for the time being.
Not good. More monsters.
We shouldn't waste our time on them.
Yeah, well, we don't have a choice now, do we?
Order guide you.
Inazuma shines eternal.
We're gonna waste our time on them, but clearly he's not going anywhere unless we do, so...
No touching. Illusion shattered.
How much does this actually do to them? Oh, okay. Also, is there anything over here? Wait. No. Figure there'd be like a chest or something. Hello, my good sir.
Stabilize.
Put that up just in case.
Oh, Paimon can't see anything.
It's
Well,
easy
you're
to get
stupid.
lost here. Just stick close.
Don't worry, I will be your light. Uh-oh. Whoa, whoa, wee, whoa. Oh, no. The natives.
Did you hear that?
What?
Never mind. It was probably just my imagination.
Running away with me.
Don't scare Paimon like that.
I heard it too. It was a voice from the abyss.
What did it say?
Doesn't matter. It certainly doesn't harbor good intentions.
What did it say? Oh, I don't know. Something about free real estate. Oh no. It's the old gods. They're whispering.
Paimon just heard it too. Let's keep going. Paimon wants to get out of this place.
Oh, great. Rift Hounds. My favorite. Come on, Kachina. Move out of the way. So, wait. It said Journey Lies. So, I've said before, I don't think the Abyss is actually... It's like the Fatui. I don't think the Abyss is as evil as it shows. They're doing things the wrong way, though.
We're here, Kachina.
It's like at first, like the Fatui and the Saritsa were as like they're these big bad people and they're going around and stealing the Gnosis and this and that. But then we meet Arlecchino and she's like, oh yeah, we have a plan and it's not going to affect just a single person or place, but the entire world. And you know, she's like, I look forward to working with you again because clearly with your help, we're able to do what we're actually trying to do. And it comes down to Celestia, who are the Abyss. Or they're the people of Conria who were transformed, you know, due to Celestia. So Celestia, the Saritsa, and in turn the Fatui, they all have a vendetta against Celestia. So our common enemy here is Celestia. So our journey lies, we're meant to think that the Abyss are the enemies, even though they're going about things increasingly the wrong way. They're not the true enemy here.
You made it!
Thanks,
Looks like our
Gina.
reunion will have to wait until we take care of these monsters.
Good idea. Let's go!
Right, you take care of them. I'll hide behind you guys because I'm done doing this crap. Well, that was it? Okay.
You're here. You're finally here.
Oh.
Thank you so much. That monster can appear from anywhere. It almost caught me a bunch of times.
Yeah, what's this monster you're
The
talking
Wyatt's
about?
power helped keep me hidden, so I just tried to stay out of sight until you got here.
What about this Wyab? We're gonna see
Atta
him
girl.
too?
You did so well. And most importantly, you weren't hurt.
Got to bio.
Should we start heading back then?
No, we might as well just stay in one place because we know we're gonna have to fight something else.
Actually, I have a request.
Yes.
Will you come visit the Wyatt with me?
Yeah, I want to see them.
Can't exactly put it into words, but something's wrong with the Ode of Resurrection.
We know.
And I know it has something to do with the contamination from the Abyss.
That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well. Everything we've seen here certainly seems to back it up.
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Wyab of each tribe. You can think of them like the body of each Wyab. Additional totem poles, like the ones around here, serve as proxies to which the Wyab can extend their consciousness. There are countless proxies scattered around the Night Kingdom. Through them, the Wyab can extend their consciousness over the entire realm and track down souls no matter where they roam. But if a proxy were to become severely contaminated, then a soul could become lost within the Night Kingdom.
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we're dealing with just one contaminated proxy. Even if we could drive back the abyssal power from one of them, that probably wouldn't even put a dent in the problem.
Still, we can't just leave the Wyab to suffer. It's protected me this whole time.
I agree. We might even manage to draw out the monster that's been hunting Kachina. Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Kachina? What's wrong?
Get out of here while you still can! She bursts into abyssal energy.
Nothing. Just a headache. And that voice again, telling me to abandon the Wyab and leave this place.
Maybe we really should leave.
No.
Tina's already been here for too long.
No, I'm fine. I don't plan on listening to that nonsense.
Good girl.
I can hold on. Just up ahead. I'll lead the way. Besides, I can still fight, so please, help me out a little longer.
Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you, but that's because we want to help the Wyab. Not because we have something to prove. You don't have anything to prove either. It's okay if you reach your limit. We'll be there for you.
All right. The sooner we get this done, the better.
We've already come all this way, so we might as well try to get to the bottom of this.
Let's go. This way.
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss monster.
All by yourself? That's too dangerous.
It's all right. I may not be as strong as that monster, but I'm definitely more familiar with the area. Besides, I don't have much time left. If you're anything like my friend, I'm sure you're not particularly fond of goodbyes. So go. Achieve your goal, and return to the world where you belong.
Thank you for everything.
You're a true hero.
Thank you. No one fights alone.
Reunion. Alright.
Does your head
Oh,
still
that
hurt?
way.
Let me help you walk.
I'm fine. You should know I'm made of stronger stuff than that.
I'm made of flesh and blood. Gee, I wonder where they are. Maybe it's that massive clearing right over there.
Time to go.
And where that big giant purple totem is. You're never getting past.
Wyab? Wyab! I'm back! My friends and I are here to heal you. Wyab, can you hear me?
Agent of Night's Will.
So we were right. The contamination is already too severe. It's preventing the Wyab from answering our calls. All right, get ready, everyone. Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place.
I'll help too, not like I have a choice.
Careful. We've got company.
Ooh.
Already?
You really think that puny soul could slow me down? Courage in the face of futility is pure folly. He tried to get in my way, so I disposed of him.
You killed Malcolm?
You would have dispersed with or without me. Rather than worrying about him, I would urge you to focus on yourself. You may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but underestimate me now, and it will be to your peril.
Are you the one behind all this?
The power of the Abyss is intoxicating. The destruction it seeks captivates like a masterful work of art. I strive only for the opportunity to see it up close. I thought this naive little girl was an exception, but it turns out humanity is full of lambs willing to offer themselves up to the slaughter. That is the tragedy of your short lives. You understand nothing of all-encompassing power. Ancient names, pride, friendship, all empty ideas invented to give you a false sense of self-worth. They possess no power at all. The Pyro Archon created those grandiose ideals out of pure selfishness. Anything to avoid sharing power. Anything to avoid handing over the primordial gift to ordinary people like you. Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina, remain so pathetically weak?
Because one's a god and one's not.
Kachina,
Don't give in to the ramblings.
give me your hand.
No. The power will be mine.
Feel that? I'm right here next to you.
I can see
So,
that.
Lonnie, you're right. I have nothing to fear, because I'm not alone anymore.
Is she gonna have her like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan moment where she's gonna take this dude on by herself and just like one-handed Geo blast or some crap?
You're right. Maybe comforting
never
ideas
mind.
don't have any power.
Thanks for ruining that.
But you also couldn't be more wrong. You've never had to work for your own strength, so you will never understand the true source of our power.
Friendship.
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back down, it comes from our friendship.
Told ya.
The power lies not in the ideal itself, but in our commitment to upholding that ideal, and in our decision to stand together and fight.
I like how everyone has like this battle pose going on except Freon-san. They're just like, yeah.
Well said.
That's right, Lee. That's the power of youth.
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than 2 of us to handle an enemy like this.
Are we actually just gonna fight with both of them?
Sorry in advance, but you deserve what's coming to you.
You deserve a serious talking to and a good spanking.
There aren't many in Natlan who can beat us when we're together. It's time he got a taste of that kind of power.
Unlimited power. Oh my god, really?
From the ashes.
Okay, I'm gonna...
Right here.
Rawr. I'm sorry, what?
We won. We actually won.
Yeah, what? No, Shirley, don't call me Shirley. Surely it's not that.
That's what he gets for underestimating you two.
Fantastic work, Kachina. Absolutely fantastic. This makes me so unbelievably happy.
I'm happy too, Mualani. Together we really are unstoppable.
What?
Huh? What's happening? My ancient name is glowing? But I thought I didn't bring it with me.
It's always with you.
It's probably a projection from the real world. But that doesn't explain why it's glowing all of a sudden.
It's telling you you need to get the hell out of here.
Wait, does that mean you're...
A god?
That was a bold move, diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend, especially in a place so overrun with abyssal corruption.
Father?
Still, seeing you pull it off was really something. Everything you said was exactly right. As isolated individuals, we stand no chance against the power of the Abyss.
Is that David Lodge?
It took years' worth of scars and lots of unnecessary suffering for me to understand that for myself.
I think that is. I think it's David Lodge.
The Pyro Archon's plan will unite us as one.
Sounds like a really
everyone
rough
has a part
Jiraiya.
to play. Only then will we have the power to defeat the strongest of foes.
Who are you?
I am the hope of the universe. I am the answer to all living things that cry out for peace.
Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs. I fought against the Abyss during the invasion 500 years ago.
I'm sorry, your name is Tupac? Tupac? Also, it says giant, so this isn't just like some major form he's taking. He was actually that big? Tupac?
I've heard that name before. You were the giant who saved all of Natlan.
Tupac?
Since you were able to awaken my words from your ancient name, that means you have fully embodied the aspirations of the Wayab. Under the name Umoja, you shall unite the tribes and save Natlan from its impending doom.
Me?
Yes, you are the one who will open the door to... No, that's Sora. You will be a Pokemon... No, that's Ash. You will become a Super... No, that's Goku. I'm running out of things here.
As long as blood still runs through your veins, even the tiniest spark of steel against stone can ignite a flame. Its blaze will become one with our vision for Natlan.
Yeah, it's David.
Even amid everlasting darkness, our bonds remain eternal.
Nothing is eternal. Yes. Fist bump Tupac. How many people get to say that they've done that in their life? Yeah, I got to fist bump Tupac. Oh, she's glowing. She's gonna become a Super Saiyan God, just like I said she would.
What's wrong, Moalani?
So many memories. My brain was just flooded with everything he once knew. So that's what happened.
What do you mean? Did you just figure something out?
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're facing now. Efforts to save Natlan started all the way back then.
We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here longer than we have to.
Yeah. Can we please leave?
I know bits and pieces, but I had no idea Mualani was also part of the plan.
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining. Let's focus on saving the Wayab first.
All right, traveler, do your thing. Let our powers combine. By your powers combined.
That should be enough. Wayab? Can you hear me?
I hear your voice, Kachina, my dear child.
Great. Well then, I'm afraid it's time to say goodbye. I just wanted to make sure you were okay before we leave, but we can't afford to stay here any longer. I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name upon someone like me, but it's okay. I'll keep searching within myself for the answer. I'll never stop trying to improve my strength. One day, I'll live up to the hero you saw in me.
You are already an outstanding child in my eyes, Kachina. no matter what happens.
But you don't have eyes. Well,
You are all my most beloved children. It has always been my honor to protect and nurture you. Your ancient name is just that. A name. Much like your parents chose to name you Kachina, I also gave you a name, but it need not define you. Focus on who you want to be. You are already worthy of your name. Now, you need only devote yourself to becoming a better you. The story of your ancient name is for you to continue. Just like your parents, my love for you will never change. No matter what the future holds.
Thank you, Wyatt.
It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards completion. But it is time for you to leave this place. The situation here is getting worse. Go now, my children. Save Natlan on behalf of all you hold dear.
I know we've never met before, Wyatt, but I just wanted to say thank you for encouraging Kachina. It was exactly what she needed to hear.
well, time for us to go.
An earthquake?
In a spirit realm?
We're out of time.
It's the power of the Abyss. Quick, we need to run!
It's a Sealy! The Sealy opened the
Oh, Sealy, that's so sweet. Whoa! That's interesting that we find a Sealy here, though. Don't even try to bull crap.
The opening in the sky! It's closing! We need to hurry, or we'll be stuck here.
Yeah, may not be too bad. It looks like it gives us some extra.
Quick, through the middle!
As she said.
Come on, faster! We'll never make it!
How do we get out now? And that's how the traveler died. What? Whoa. Damn.
You've done well. Now come home.
Damn. I am so hard right now. She just punched into another realm.
We're back! The Pyro Archon saved us. But she's not here.
How did she regain her strength?
Yeah, didn't she say she used it all up?
She's a liar, liar, pants on fire.
She's still in the Speaker's Chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom was just her consciousness. So you're saying her consciousness did all that? Every great display of power comes at a price.
She's dead now.
You must feel terrible, Kachina. Just hold on. We'll get you to a doctor soon. Let's get back to the stadium. The Pyro Archon said she'd have a doctor waiting for us.
Dr. Baju?
I recommend getting a full checkup, just to make sure no damage gets left behind.
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Right. You always seem to do pretty well against the Abyss.
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned in the Night Kingdom as well.
Right. The Wyatt mentioned something about the Pyro Archon's plan. What is it exactly?
I'll let her explain everything. We're all a part of the plan now.
We're all part of the plan.
Every move we make from here on out will decide Natlan's ultimate fate.
Will we lead it to prosperity or to ruin? The Great Escape. If I could escape and recreate a place as my own world. No, okay. Also, how many? I don't have that many, do I? 14. I think I need 30. I think I need 30. I need 30 sigils. Mommy! Where are you, Mommy? And the secret behind. Hi, Mommy. I'm back. I missed you. I love you.
Huh.
Please notice
There's
me.
a lot less stuff here than before.
What would happen to everything?
It's good to see you all here in one piece.
Did she use the power of the stuff in the room to kind of project her consciousness?
I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first. It's best not to let any lingering effects of the Abyss go untreated.
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as soon as the Pyro Archon told me about your plan. Take a seat, everybody. I'll examine you one by one.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I'd like a thorough examination, please. Thanks to Cthulhu, the treatment also relieves Kachina's symptoms.
All right, that should do it for now. But just to be safe, I'll perform another checkup in a couple of days. I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like you, Traveler. It's like you're completely immune to its power.
Yeah.
It's been special like that. He can even purify its power. Wait, now that you mention it, Paimon doesn't think she's affected either.
Yeah, so about that. So, I'm not affected. The Traveler isn't affected not affected by the Abyss because they're not from this world. So, considering Paimon's not affected by it either. So, Paimon may not be native to Tefat either. She's not going to be considered a descender, but it's possible that she comes from a different realm or a different world. And that maybe when we found her, it was maybe she. Well, then she's clearly been here a while, because she knows a lot about the history of certain things in Teyvat. But yeah, I remember seeing this, watching a video on it. It's like, yeah, Paimon. It's kind of weird that she doesn't seem to be affected by this stuff either.
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great role in the events to come.
Of course. I still have patients to see, so I'll head out.
Thank you, Koichi.
Thank you, Cthulhu.
All right. We might not see eye to eye, but we both had good intentions. Just give it time. I'm sure we'll figure things out between us one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin.
Tell me that you love me.
You've seen it for yourselves now. The devastation in the Night Kingdom. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction. It's very possible our nation has less than a year before total devastation.
Huh?
We have to protect the world from devastation and to unite all peoples within their nation.
No. That can't be true, can it?
Which, less than a year. Well, no, it's probably going to be a little bit before Snezhnaya comes out. Probably more than a year.
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that fact to the handful of people working with me to save this nation. Our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable conclusion of the disaster the Abyss initiated 500 years ago.
Mualani told us a little bit about that.
500 years ago, all the nations of Teyvat were invaded by the Abyss. Unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted ley lines, so we suffered the worst of the invasion. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal. In the end, victory came at the cost of our civilization and countless lives. Even then, it took centuries of solving the disasters caused by the Abyss to finally achieve the peace we know today. And still, this is but a superficial victory. The forces of the Abyss have merely been driven back underground. Their threat to Natlan remains as real as ever.
I'd never have guessed.
The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because that realm is essentially functioning as Natlan's ley lines. Immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that we would have a maximum of 500 years before the Night Kingdom was completely lost to the Abyss. But at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our people no longer believed in victory, nor did they hold hope for the future. Our civilization was dying, our faith crumbling, and the line of power passed down from the Wayab nearly severed.
So is this something, say, an elemental dragon sovereign could take care of? I mean, they are the ones who rule Teyvat, so we know how powerful Neuvillette is now. So could the elemental dragon have some kind of sway over this destruction?
If we didn't bring the nation back together, it would be foolish to even dream of defeating the Abyss in the future. So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the heroes of each tribe, and finally came up with a 500-year-long plan to save Natlan.
So that's what happened. After finding Kachina, I encountered a strange figure who gave me a series of new memories. Since the plan was mentioned in those memories, I guess I've been chosen to play an important role in it. But there's still something I don't understand. Those memories showed me the Pyro Archon from back then. And it was you.
Huh? But that doesn't make any sense. The Pyro Archon is supposed to be human. It's impossible for a human to live that long.
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always been time, or rather, the natural limitations of our lifespan.
So, assuming that she is indeed the same Archon from 500 years ago, I mean, I don't see how Paimon is surprised. There's ways of extending a normal human's life, and if they are taking normal humans and ascending them to godhood, naturally their lives would be extended, because it'd be pretty stupid to have a god who's gonna die in like 40 years. You know, a regular human lives, what, 80, 90 years old? So, however old she is at the time, it's like, oh yeah, you're a god now, but don't worry, you still have like 40 years and then you're dead. No, that's stupid. You become a god, your life extends naturally, because you're a god, so you basically become immortal. So I don't see how this is a surprise.
A god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of divine power, or subjecting them to a curse. But, as we all know, Natlan doesn't have gods like that. We can only rely on our own methods. A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished. 500 years ago, I placed my life within the sacred flame. Only by dying before my time could I have the chance to wake up again.
So, in other words, this is your second life?
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago because the tribes came together as one. If the Natlan of the future was to have a fighting chance, the Pyro Archons that came after the war had to rebuild the decimated tribes. The goal was to reunite the people and restore the strength of each tribe's Wayab. Once a tribe was back to its full strength, the tribe's Wayab would select a hero, indicating the tribe was once again ready for war. The Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation, just like great heroes of old 500 years ago.
So that means I'm one of the Chosen?
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your tribe 500 years ago. It means unity. After your adventure in the Night Kingdom, I trust you've come to fully understand the meaning of that name.
So in other words, you always knew who the Wayab were going to pick from each tribe?
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the time I awoke. But something went wrong along the way. The 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from 500 years ago, but the intel regarding the plan wasn't passed on to them. Once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the Night Kingdom. Communication between the Sacred Flame and the Wayab has been blocked.
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection failed to bring Kachina back.
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. The Abyss may not possess intelligence, but its methods certainly aren't easy to counter. If we want to unblock that information from being passed on, my presence alone isn't enough. The ancient name-bearer must establish a greater connection to their name. So, I've tried my best to help them from the sidelines. Currently, Shalonin of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names. During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wayab, Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored within your name.
But we have less than a year!
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until all the heroes have been gathered. That's also why I haven't been able to take action despite the urgency of the situation.
But if you knew this whole time, why didn't you just tell me about my role in all this? Wouldn't that make everything go a lot faster?
Perhaps, but the opposite could also be true. Knowing your destiny too early could mean failing to realize your full potential. Just like your determination to save Kachina, I hope your commitment to this endeavor comes from your own strength of will, rather than a sense of obligation.
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final 2 heroes are then?
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand will only hinder their development. I can only trust in the judgment of the Wayab. I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. In fact, it was precisely because I chose to trust and rely on others that we managed to get this far. Natlan's salvation lies not in its Archon or any singular individual, but in us all. You're quite perceptive, aren't you? I thought I might get away with avoiding the topic.
Huh? Oh, right! All the stuff you stored here before, where did it all go?
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan to ensure you would make it back from the Night Kingdom. After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk, and Mualani has an important role to play in my plan. In addition to their sentimental value, the items I stored here held a much more important purpose: fuel.
Fuel? Ah, so back then, that's why you...
Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certainly important, but there's an even more significant trait they all share. Every item belonged to a hero of Natlan. Over time, they became imbued with a certain amount of contending fire from being carried in battle. On their own, each item's power is limited, but together their combined effect can prove quite useful in a dire situation. By burning those items, I was able to activate the contending fire stored within them to open the boundary between the 2 worlds. It was a rather crude approach, so all their power was depleted in an instant, as you can see.
But Weren't they all precious treasures? What about their stories? That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter what, I never wanted the Pyro Archon to have to use that power. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for. You all deserve my thanks, actually. If you hadn't saved the totem pole, that area of the Night Kingdom would have been forever lost to the Abyss. And then, it would only be a matter of time before the Children of Echoes was met with disaster. Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, or the Pyro Archon of their time, it was out of a desire to contribute to Natlan's survival. If they knew those items helped save the present-day heroes of Natlan, they would not mourn their loss.
Even when you put it that way, I still feel bad.
There's no need. Remember what I told you about time? The people and the events of the past are never truly lost to us. We simply carry them with us in a different form. In that sense, we didn't lose anything at all. If you still have regrets, let them fuel your resolve in the battles to come. Your deeds will become new legends and nurture new forms of power just like the items once stored here.
Well, we'd still like to return the favor.
Well, if that's the case, just treat me to a drink sometime. Now that Kachina has returned, we can finally hold the victory feast and celebrate your team's triumph in the Night Warden Wars. And we could all use the rest, that's for sure. Plus, you'll be able to silence everyone who doubted you once and for all, Kachina.
Still, now that I know the danger we're facing, having a victory feast doesn't feel right.
Try not to let it get to you. It's important to stay calm. Worrying about it will only affect your judgment. All right, you should head out. I'll join you in a bit.
Loading. Please wait. Huh. Pretty.
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs and listen to the stories of warriors from all over Natlan. They attract people from all walks of life. Friends come easy here, no matter what tribe you're from. The people of the springs have never claimed the hot springs as their own private property. They are there to bring all hot spring buddies together. It's been really nice seeing the children of my tribe get older. It's helped me gradually understand the true value of the springs. I've witnessed their energy, their determination, their absolute passion for life. Even when they cause trouble, I never managed to hold on to my anger for long. It's unbelievable how quickly they worm their way back into my good graces. I'm certain Mualani will become a great warrior when she grows up. She possesses infinite potential. I can see it. One day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children, just like those warriors did for me. So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Like memories or meditation, looking for guidance or what?
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribes stand divided, and yet you promise victory in the distant future. The Abyss is a cunning enemy, one that I faced in battle many times. Were that not the case, I would never understand exercising this degree of caution.
My rage will never know absolution, and my power will no longer aid you in victory. But you came to me because you knew you could convince me with just a single sentence. I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember to earn us the victory we owed. Otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the debt. For Natlan.
So, you're gonna head 500 years in the future to serve as the Pyro Archon again? But what about the you from right now? You're just gonna die?
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers to make, and she deserves our support. We will do everything we can to rebuild the tribes. Don't you worry. Even across time, we will all do our part to fight for Natlan's future.
Yeah, Mom's right. We'll always believe in you, sis. Oh, seriously though, Dad should be here. Where is he?
I imagine he didn't know what to say, so he chose not to come at all. Don't take it to heart, my dear. That's just who he is. Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
I'll come find you one day. I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it. So, don't forget about me.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone.
The rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength to overcome the next tragedy.
War forged the 6 tribes, taught us how to fight, instilled in us what it means to love.
Who will be the one to bring this to an end?
We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
The will of fire. That was intense, man. That was intense. No. I think it's just,
We're way behind schedule.
yeah, we are. I'm late for a very important date. Also, is there anything up here? apart. Okay.
Beautiful treasures are a call.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Ooh, stadium with a sacred flame.
Hey, Koichi! You here for the victory feast too?
Hey, Cthulhu.
Oh, no. I knew Chaska would be here, so I just came to deliver some medicine. I was about to leave, actually. But no, it's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina and the others. I'm so glad she made it back. It's just... well...
Ah, well, you two had a fight, so Paimon can understand.
She didn't cause any trouble during your trip, right?
Yeah, she was super helpful. She gave us a lot of useful information about the Abyss.
That's good. That's all I needed to know.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty outspoken when we first met, but now it's like you're holding something back.
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her before you left, but I did it for a reason. Her impulse to fight is extremely strong. Her mental strength helps her rein it in, but she still loses control sometimes. I had no idea what you might face in the Night Kingdom, so I didn't want to take any chances.
So what you're saying is...
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little stupid, but it works pretty well. It helps her keep her cool for a little while, at least. Anyway, I'm just glad you were able to make it back safe and sound. That's all I wanted.
But do you really have to go that far? Can't you just talk it out?
No way. Chaska never opens up about her own pain, especially to her family. She can't learn about this, or it'll be even harder to help her. I appreciate the understanding, and don't worry. I'll find a way to help her ease this burden. Anyway, I need to get going. Enjoy the celebration. Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Dr. Baiju?
Huh. Who would have thought there was a deeper reason behind their arguing? In the end, it's all the Abyss's fault. Paimon's had enough of them.
Can we go see Mommy now? The Weary Inn. Hey, Octopops.
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina!
Yay!
Woohoo! Well done, Kachina. Thank you, everyone. I'm so glad I finally made it.
I always knew you could do it. With so much potential at your age, you have a great future ahead of you.
You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person to abandon your team. I'll be dealing with you when we get back.
I had no choice. My friend invited me. I couldn't just say no.
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to get ahead in the first round?
Where's
I swear.
the two other douchebags are like, oh, she's not a hero. She cheated.
When he insisted on repaying the favor, what was I supposed to do? I'm just one person. I figured Kachina would have no trouble replacing me.
But the fact of the matter is that after your departure, everyone else started thinking about swapping teams too.
I'm really sorry, Kachina. It was wrong of us to abandon you like that.
You better be sorry, jerk.
It's amazing that you still made it all the way through to the Night Warden Wars. That's the highest honor.
So, what about you guys? Did you make it far?
Our team captain drank too much the night before the competition and turned up late to the stadium on the day. We got disqualified.
Serves you right.
Serves you all right.
I just
No
said
sympathy
that.
For me.
All right. There's no need to be like that, Uncle Pakal. Dear friends, I'd like to say a few words. Firstly, I'm grateful to my friends and our great Archon for helping to bring me back. This traveler and his companion Paimon are some of the strongest people I've ever met. If they were allowed to participate in the pilgrimage, I have no doubt that they'd win the whole thing. They've agreed to let me learn from them. With their help, I believe I can become even stronger still.
We believe in you.
Let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Ayan-san. They all helped the traveler and Paimon figure out a way to bring me back from the Night Kingdom.
Ah.
They too deserve to be called our heroes. So, please give another round of applause for them. Thank you so much.
Well
I know.
said.
Yeah, I'm awesome. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
To that.
How does it feel being a hero, Kachina?
To be honest, it's a bit overwhelming. It all just feels so surreal. Well, you better get used to it. Next up, undefeated champion! Hey, please don't make fun of me.
All right, where are you, mommy? I saw you drinking your problems away. Oh, our honored guests over here. There you are, drinking your troubles away, like a real Archon.
Ah, you're here. Have some fruit juice. I got it specially for you two.
How did you know? That's Paimon's favorite.
She's
You look like you
spiced it up a bit.
questions. Ask away.
You're playing a little convoluted. Why didn't you get the heroes of the past to join you in this age?
Because they had their own lives to live. The thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, and come with me to the end of time, for in 500 years Natlan will be destroyed, it seemed too cruel.
Did
You
it?
could just as easily point out that everything in this world would come to an end eventually. But life is short. And beyond a point, it just doesn't seem real. Imagine if I said, let's leave right now and go save the sun because it'll flame out in a few million years. It would sound quite ridiculous. I couldn't make them shoulder that burden with me. Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. The plan could still work without them. Or, of course, without me. But since I was the one who came up with the plan, I felt duty-bound to see it through to the end.
Paimon's suddenly remembering that portrait in your room. Was that your family from back then?
Yes, it was. So when you asked me who my sister grew up to be, the truth is that very little information survives. From what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude with a reasonable degree of confidence that she ended up as an architect and artist. She played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the Canopy tribe, designing and building many houses. But of course, none of her buildings are around anymore. Still, it was an impressive achievement, and I'm very proud of her. You feel loss keenly. It seems to stir up feelings of regret in you. But this is something I have long since come to terms with. This is a war, and there can be no war without loss. I am already far more fortunate than those who lost their lives to the Abyss. The people of Natlan look to me as their Archon, and the weight of their expectations is mine to bear. I must see our fate through to the very end, no matter what I may find there.
Yeah, doesn't that mean the way everything ends has already been written, including your plan?
I suppose, but so what? Don't forget, time takes many forms. The past, present, and future coexist, and all are equally important. Even if the future ends in destruction, there's still no reason to give up on the here and now.
Unless trying to save it is what leads it to its destruction.
And it's precisely because we humans cannot know our fate that we will never give up on our struggle. This is a pivotal moment. We are still 2 heroes short. Well, 3, to be precise. There's one further hero who I'm hoping to get on my side, whatever it takes.
Surely you don't mean...
Your resistance to the corrupting power of the Abyss is truly remarkable. It would easily make you an all-important figure in the upcoming battle. If you agree to join us, you will not only gain my full support in your journey, but I will also forge a brand new ancient name for you.
Nice.
Ancient names can be forged?
They can. Several strict conditions must be met, but if they couldn't be forged at all, then the number of them in circulation would have long dwindled to 0. Possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in Natlan are recorded in full. Your stories would be remembered by our people for all the years to come. The Ode of Resurrection may have temporarily lost its power, but still, take this as my personal guarantee that I shall never let you fall.
I love you, Mommy.
Just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you. That is a promise I will fulfill at all costs. This nation always honors its heroes.
Yeah, we can't just ignore the situation here.
Wonderful. Then I'll reach out to Shilonen right away. She's the one who will forge the name. We've never forged an ancient name for an Outlander before, but I trust she'll find a way.
She better. Otherwise, she'll meet with a terrible fate. Black stone under a white stone.
My lord, we've received word that the Pyro Archon has lost much of her power. Although your injury complicates things, this is most certainly the opportune time to seize the Gnosis.
Ooh, Capitano.
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an opponent in a time of weakness, and I don't intend to start now.
Huh. Good man. Good man. Shows he has morals. And it's like I said, the Fatui are not evil. They might have their own personal goals that they're working towards, but the goals that they're working towards in a whole are for the Tsaritsa. So he might have his own vendetta and his own way to go about things, but he's still working for the Tsaritsa. And we see that he is honorable. It's like, oh hey, yeah, the Pyro Archon lost most of her power. Now you can attack her. And he's like, no, she's at her weakest. I'm not going to be a coward and attack her. No.
As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to save the day.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. She simply chose not to. You don't have much time, and you're injured on top of that. What do you plan to do next?
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be. You heard something from here, didn't you?
You, I remember you, in the mountains. The cornerstone of stars and flame. Is that a key item, or... We got this. Was it a... Oh yeah, that. What exactly... I don't even... where I got most of that crap. No, that's not what I wanted.
Wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
I'll get it eventually. I'm never getting Mualani, ever. This game doesn't want me to get any more good 5 stars. Oh. Cool. More pulls that aren't going to do anything. You know what? Sure, let's just... Yes! So freaking pointless. So pointless. Anyway, so we're done with the Archon quest for now. It was pretty good. Pretty good. And the captain is maybe the strongest of the Fatui, but it seems like he does have morals and a code. And, you know, again, it's like what Arlecchino said. They're working towards something. Something grand. Something for the entire world.
This world I roam.
Oh, shut up. I don't care. They're gathering the Gnosis for a reason. The Sarita has a plan for them. Probably having to do with the third Descender. Bringing him back, or her back, or whoever it is. So we just gotta trust the plan. As for the Abyss, it's the same thing. Everyone has been affected by Celestia. Conria was destroyed. The Conrians were turned into the Abyss. So.
It's so nice to de-stress.
But, yeah. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.